And so across 10 years at IBM was back in the UK.
Mhm.
Did you move after that to Australia or?
Yes, I
Yep.
was doing a very big piece of work for IBM at the time in what was called intelligent transport.
Okay.
So think congestion charging systems for cities like Sydney or Singapore or
Oh,
London. So I was out in Brisbane doing some work there, and I just fell in love with the country, as many of us do from other countries.
Yeah.
And I decided to say, okay, well, I'm gonna find a way to kind of work here. And so I looked at different options, whether that's with IBM and others. But it kind of coincided with a point in my career where I wanted to get a lot more kind of, I guess, not control, but accountability for running and growing a part of a business. And I kind of recognized that I needed to probably go somewhere a bit smaller to do that. So,
Yeah, and this is the interesting part that I've read. The company, this company, what was the name of
Oakton,
it?
Oakton Consulting, yeah.
Was smaller than IBM. What would you say you have learned more over there?
Yeah, I mean, probably the most obvious one was, when you go into a customer as part of a big brand, where, IBM is obviously probably one of the largest, there's a certain amount of kind of credibility that comes with that. When you go in with a much smaller brand or a more unknown brand, you have to sort of fight for, and extreme example of that is if you're an independent contractor and you're your own person, but you've really got to kind of sell the value proposition of why this company should do the work, and your brand doesn't precede you, and so the selling conversation really changes quite a lot. That was immediately obvious to me that there was a huge difference in how you enter those conversations.
So what would you say is very key as a non-existing brand, like non-well-known brand to succeed?
Sorry, could you ask that again? Sorry.
What key element is important to succeed as a not well-known brand like IBM or Salesforce?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, particularly if you're an individual or a small team, it's the credibility of your experience and how you're showing up in that conversation is actually probably one of the most important things. Very succinctly explaining to that kind of customer, or in the context of that engagement, why your skills are kind of relevant, the experience that you bring to it, and so you can't rely so much on the broader brand behind you. So it really becomes about how you and the team are showing up in that specific situation, and so you have to really sharpen that kind of